Hello everyone, it's me Krasimir Panayotov back with another video trading Forex weekly analysis. In this Forex market, guys, we are getting ready, getting prepared for the next week to get this money because a lot of moves are going to happen and some of these moves may be your hits, guys. Now let's get started with the Euro USD and continue with some of the most traded pairs and some of the pairs that I have seen and that have caught my attention for a little while. Let's get started. Peace. Now, what we have seen the last week was incredible bullish rally to the upside, breaking this strong daily resistance level. Now, I have removed some minor support and resistance levels like this one, and I have left only the best levels, these two levels over here. What else we can analyze on this chart is this flag pattern, which have broken pretty nicely and gave a good profit to the flag pattern traders. So how you can trade the flag pattern? Usually you take the size of the flag, it can be that much, you apply it after the breakout, which have happened somewhere here, and then you take profit at the top. So now this is a good level for taking profit. Also, why we have this number here? Okay, that's 1.21 500s. Okay, let's go back to weekly and see what's going on here. In the recent past, not so recent, that was 2 years ago, we had this wick of the candle touching this level right here. So this is why that's our first support and resistance level. Not so strong as the next one, the purple one, the pink one, which have many times been tested as a good support and resistance for the price. Okay, but we'll get to that later probably. Now here is the next purple zone. And you can see the upper part of the same structure right here. Okay, on the weekly we have reached that zone, and on the daily you have 2 weeks. This is a sign for rejection of the market going higher, so it's very possible the next week to see some sort of pullback to the downside, so we can accumulate another buyers and to continue with the flow, with the so bullish trend. Okay, and this is what I expect for this market. Now we can get to this level here, this minor level which was tested once and 2 times in the past, maybe once again. Yeah, I think in the past it was tested, okay, here once, 2 times, rejected this area, and I guess in the past should have also been tested, I guess, here. Okay, but that's a minor level. We can test that, and it's beautiful level because if you use the Fibonacci tool, this one, and you take the whole impulse from the beginning here, and you can see that this aligns very good with the 38.2% of the Fibonacci. All these bullish trends which haven't corrected very much. So what else we have? We have the 61%, which aligns very good with the strong daily support area around 1.19200, and this is a crazy number, guys. So we can see this pullback probably to here or to here. I personally expect to be smaller, maybe some consolidation around this area before another continuation. Or the other thing that it's very possible to happen is just a continuation to the upside. You know, when you have such a big momentum, it's very easy to break the resistances above. So we can break not only this resistance, but maybe even this one. We have to see and check that. Okay, let's go to the 4-hour time frame and analyze there. We had a rejection candle here, this engulfing candle. Okay, still good reversal candle. So this means that the market can reverse for a while. Of course, on a bullish trend, I would not take the risk. I would not sell. Here we have a second rejection, so we'll probably pull back a little bit, but my advice for the beginners: don't sell in the bullish trend, buy at the support. Okay, let's move to the next market, and the next one is EURGBP. Okay, let's start with it. So what we have here, guys, we had a very strong downtrend channel which got broken recently on the daily. Let's see the daily chart. Now these are our support and resistance levels, some of the most important which we will use in our trading analysis. And what we can also see here is not only this breakout which stopped at the resistance, but also this double bottom pattern formed right here. Let me mark it for you. This is your neckline. Let's go to the 4-hour. You see this double bottom, first bottom here, second here. Now this is a very beautiful formation, and usually how we trade it is we take the size of the double top, we apply it after the breakout which have happened here, obviously, and we take profit at this point, somewhere in this area. Now this is very good trading opportunity, and I may use it the next week, because in this case this take profit target aligns very good with our previously marked resistance. You see, many times in the past the price acted as a resistance around this area, so whenever the price reaches this area again, we can see some pullback, so it's good to take profit somewhere here. Of course, sometimes this pattern fails, guys, so you have to be prepared, and maybe we can continue and make again a test of the support area down here. Okay, guys, that's it for this market. If we break this resistance, of course we can go even higher and retest the upper resistance, which have happened very nicely when we saw the Brexit news a few weeks ago. And if this happens again, here we go. Let's get this money. Let's get to the next one. And let it be the GBPUSD, guys. Now this is another one of my favorite pairs. Now what we have here is another test of the resistance above. Let's go to the weekly and check how many times this acted as a good support and resistance. You see, even here the price stopped at this level, so this is interesting place to trade. And you see this big wick of the candle. Now this is a sign for a rejection on the weekly candle chart, and on the daily you can see this pin bar, which can be a nice signal for a possible reversal. Okay, but what do we need to take this trade? First of all, I don't like it that it is between the two resistance areas, so we can have some pullback and then another push to the upside, because you see we are very bullish on this chart. Okay, so personally I wouldn't sell here, because if we go with the flow and if we break this resistance level, then the next resistance area is up here, and we have a lot of pips between these two areas, and if this space gets filled, that's a lot of money. You see, where is the next resistance area? Maybe a little bit lower. No, I'll leave it like this because of this low over here. Okay, so be careful with this. I think that if there is a correction on the Euro USD, we can see similar correction on the GBP USD as well, probably to this mini support area. Let's mark it again. This would be a healthy pullback, so we can get a buys here and continue with the flow. Okay guys, that's all for this market. Let's move to the next one. And what we have on the map EURCAD. Now this is a pair which I have traded on Friday and which after the NFP news surprised me a little bit by pushing all the way to this downside, and here we have a nice wedge or flag pattern broken above, so logically we have to continue go higher, right? But after the NFP news we got a nice pullback to the downside. Now the first thing which I clearly see here is this rejection candle engulfing bearish candle on the 4-hour on the resistance level, which is very nice signal for a possible reversal. And then on the 1-hour you can see this head and shoulders trading shit, which have played pretty well. Now how we trade the head and shoulders: we take the size of the head, we apply it after the breakout, and we take profit here, okay? And it's a good place for taking profit because in this case here we had a support and resistance level. So I took one profit here, but the price moved even a little bit lower. Now this happens, guys. It's very possible we to test all these previous lows here and here. So this is possible to happen on EURCAD. Now we will flip back up, nobody knows. We will continue down, possible if we have a correction and if the CAD remains so strong, because last week it held a pretty nice, we can see even continuation to the downside. But in my opinion, at least some correction should happen on this pair before another move to the downside. Then you can see another head and shoulders can be formed. Now this thing happens, but on the long term I think that this flag pattern should play out well, and we should continue to the upside, testing these previous highs over here, which are what? Resistance, and the price can flip again. Now on the weekly you can see that these highs was a numerous times our resistance in the past. So okay guys, let's move to the next one. And what is the next one? Yeah, let's see the USD pairs now. Here obviously we broke this beautiful downtrend triangle here. Okay, this is ascending triangle. So we broke down the ascending triangle, and guys, here is pretty obvious. We can easily reach to the next support area back here. Let me show you on the weekly chart where is our next support. This area right here. So sorry the USDCHF buyers, but we are going down, at least for now. Now what is possible we to see? If EURUSD pulls back down, we can see pull back up on this pair, because these two pairs correlate a little bit. So after we have a retest, we can enter a sell position again. Now this is for the swing traders, and we can take profit somewhere there. That's at least my opinion. Okay guys, let's move to the next one. Now what will happen if this was a fake breakout and we have a very good news for the US economy and for the dollar, and we break above and turn up higher? Now in this case guys, we can get to here. If we pull back to retest again the support, and if it gets respected, we have something like head and shoulders here with a big head here, left shoulder and a right shoulder. And after this, if we continue bullish, we can find some take profits around this area here. But that's just idea for the very far swing future. For now we're still very bearish on this pair. Okay guys, let's move to the next one. What we have here? USDCAD. Okay, whoa, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Classical breakout trade. Let me check this out. Okay, we have this marked signal here I have marked it a long time ago. And we have this pennant pattern, guys. Wow, I was having idea to trade these guys. Now, what is a pennant pattern? Bearish pennant pattern looks like this: a lower low and a higher low, creating a support. Some possible neckline here, and when this, also we have a trend support here. Okay, and whenever this trend support gets broken, we can expect a move nearly as much as the size of the pennant pattern. So we apply it and we take profit somewhere there. And what we have here, the same pattern. You see a lower low, higher low, and a breakout. We had a push in this day to the upside, but got rejected and continued down. Okay, then we had a retest to this level, this trend line support and resistance level, and then we are all the way down, and that's incredible. Now, I believe I took some trades here, but I'm usually not so patient with these swing trades. But this is a very profitable way how to trade a long term with a high probability and low risk. Let me show you another trade which I have taken. It's on the New Zealand CAD. Where is the New Zealand CAD? Okay, here it is. On the daily chart, we had the same pattern here, but this time bullish pennant pattern. So we had a higher high, then a lower high, creating this trend line here. And on the breakout, we move how much? Nearly as much as is the size of the pennant. Okay, so we take it and we take profit at the resistance. And as you can see, the price nearly touched the resistance and start pulling back up lower. And this is a beautiful trade, guys, because you see in this case we didn't have a retest of this support and resistance trend line. We just smashed up higher. Very often, I think more than 50%, we have such retests. So it's very nice method to enter the market with a lower risk. But sometimes we don't have this retest of the support, and we go straight forward. And that is probably the reason why we didn't wait all the way up to the resistance, but closed a little bit earlier, and the big money started taking profits a little bit earlier. Okay, and as you can see, this is not a fake zone. If we go in the past, let's see the weekly chart, this was a great support and resistance all the way back in the past. Okay, guys, for this market I can say that we are continuing down to this support area, and here if we create some consolidation, then we may find support, and from there we can go up higher. Or if the pressure is too big, we're going to the low support areas. Oh shh! What did they do? What did they do? I did nothing scary. Let's move to the next one, guys. Now we have checked the USDCAD. Now let's analyze it. Did we have the full profit here after the breakout? Yeah, pretty much the whole profit on the flag pattern. So it's good time for a pullback. And if we see a pullback on EURUSD, those pairs correlate. We can see the same pullback on this pair as well, if the dollar gets back some of its strength. If not, then the next target is clear, this support area. Let's see AUDUSD weekly chart. Let's start from weekly or maybe monthly. Now November closed very bullish, stopping at the resistance level, but as you can see, we are already 5 days of November and we're going bullish. Now let's see the weekly chart. Okay, we had this flag pattern here or a wedge pattern, however you want to call it. We had a breakout and a nice continuation to the upside. Now, how you can use these patterns for the lower time frames? I know a lot of the beginners starts from 30-minute charts, from 15-minute charts. Some even try to scalp on the 5-minute chart or the 1-hour chart. Never mind how you can use these big daily patterns. Now, if you see this breakout here, you can have in mind that we are already in a bullish trend, okay? First of all, we have an M pattern here, something like a double bottom pattern. And then we have this massive wedge or flag pattern, which after the breakout goes bullish usually in about 70% of the time or something like this. So on the lower time frame, let's say 1 hour or 30 minutes, you can use this knowledge, this idea that we're going bullish, and trade with the signals of a bullish trend. Now in this case, on the 1 hour, you see a consolidation mini flag pattern. Not so mini, it's pretty good flag pattern for the 1 hour. You see a breakout, you take a buy trade here, or if you're on the 15 minutes, maybe a little bit more earlier, no, that's cool. Okay, we are on the 30 minutes, you take a buy, you set some stop loss here or here, however you want to trade it, and I'll take profit target. How much? Nearly as much as is the size of this handle, or maybe the bigger size. Okay, this is one way how to trade the flag patterns. Usually I take just the size of the flag, apply it after the breakout here, and I take profit on the top, but some traders prefer better target with the whole handle of the flag, and in this case it worked out pretty well. Imagine if you took all these profits up to these highs. So yeah, you just use the logical trend of the market for taking a buys on the lower time frames, like 1 hour chart or the 4 hour charts or the 30-minute charts. You take buys here, here, a good place for taking buys. Okay, and you continue with the trend. Now, what about the daily chart? Now, since we have broken the resistance level here, I expect the price to move to the next resistances up higher, or maybe to create a correction to this mini 4-hour support area, and then to continue what it's doing, bullish trend. This is possible scenario. Hey, my mini support went somewhere. Let's move to the next market. We have New Zealand dollar, and we have a rejection from a mini support and resistance zone, and that's beautiful. Why? Because it can give it us correction and a new idea for buying. Let me see again this support and resistance. Oh, it can be a little bit lower, like this. Why not? Okay. And when we apply the Fibonacci instrument, we take the whole impulse from the bottom to the top, and we see that there are few zones which are good for rebuying the pair. This is what I have learned in my experience. Especially the 50% looks very good, and also the 61% aligns with these highs over here. So this is a very, very good. Even the 38.2% aligns with the daily resistance area here, support and resistance area. Okay, so this is a nice place to take another buy if we have what? A pullback on the Euro USD. Why? Because they correlate with this pair. Let's see New Zealand JPY, USDJPY. Okay, here it's clear we are in a very bearish downtrend. creating maybe this wedge pattern. If we get a breakout and breakout above this resistance, then we're probably getting a little bit higher, and that's it for this market. If not, we're going bearish with the trend. Let's check EURJPY, because this is one of the other. I remember this pair. Now actually, guys, took a sell on this pair while we were on the 4-hour, based on this beautiful rejecting candle, which gives us some pips to the downside, but then the pressure to the upside was too high, the strength of the trend was real, and we continue bullish. But we were prepared with our risk management, so we didn't take a big loss. And if we can check on the daily basis, we have this head and shoulders pattern in play, so it was very possible to see a continuation to the upside, and that's why we didn't put so much money on this trade. Now when you draw the neckline somewhere here and you see that it got broken with this candle, we should see a move nearly as big as is the size of these head and shoulders. So it's very possible we to see a continuation even to this higher resistance. Now we can have some pullback here, maybe something like this, and then continue to the upside. Or, you know, sometimes these head and shoulders will not work on 100%. We have to just take profit on this resistance, because it may be all that the market gives us. Okay, that's it. Let's check the gold, guys. Now I'm already a little bit tired, out of breath with this review, but I'm very happy to be here and sharing once again with you guys. Now what we have on gold, we had this beautiful, okay, that's nice. I will make one more here. Okay, we have a good support and resistance level around the 1860 or 1850 area. So this is a good area where we can see some bearish strength. Okay, now even here you can see some rejections on the 4-hour, so we can see some pullback before another push to the upside, and this is very possible, guys. Now let me again draw these lines so you can see something. How I place my trend line, guys, I don't use the wicks of the candle, which are here, but I use the bodies of the candles. So I put my trend lines like this, catching the bodies of the candles. Okay, this is how I recommend you to do it, because this is a solid, not so soft support and resistance. This is the milk of the resistance. Okay, guys, now from here we can have a pullback, as I have said, and if we break above, we'll have this M pattern, which can lead the price up to this resistance, and if we break it, we can go pretty much higher, even maybe to this previous high. Okay, so in this case it's good to wait for a few breakouts. The first one is of course this resistance here. If we break it, then we go higher. Then the second one is definitely this resistance here. If we break it, we'll break it together with the downtrend, and then we can see some push to these highs over here, or even this previous high over here, and create a double top. That would be a beautiful trade. If we go bearish, of course we can reach again this support area, create a double bottom, and from there look for some bullish strength. And that's it for this market, guys. On the US 30 and S&P 500, I want to mention you guys this pennant pattern which I have talked about earlier on this video. Now in this case we can see a really nice continuation to the upside. This is a common pattern, happens over and over again. I can even check in the past for you. We take a buy at the breakout and we continue with the trend, or you go to the lower time frame and you trade with the bullish trend. So let's see some signals here. This is a nice signal, nice buy signal. This one also, this whole setup is an interesting buy signal. Here we have formed some support. We had this pin bar and again move to the upside. You can use this here, a retest of this high, creating this rejection candle and continuing to the upside. Now here again we have the support area which have been rejected multiple times and we go higher. Here we created a new support area which the price used for a consolidation for a while, and then rejection, breakout with this bullish candle. We take a buy here, we set a stop loss under the support area and we go higher, and this is what is going on now. Now I have, guys, one trade on the US30 and I'll explain you exactly why I took this. This is the weekly chart. We have this support and resistance area which held the price for a while but got broken recently. Now let's go to the daily and see how it got happen. Now first time it was with this big wick, then the price rejected. Now we could see some bearishness from this area, but the price just continue going up higher. Okay, we had a second breakout and a close above the resistance, so this resistance already turning to support for the price, and as you can see, every time the price touches the support it bounces back up higher, creating this triangle pattern which is called ascending triangle. Okay, now this didn't work out, and if we see a breakout, and I think we already see such breakout with a close above the triangle, let's move to the 4 hour. Okay, we can see a push to the upside nearly as much as is the size of the triangle. So let's take the size of the triangle, let's apply it. This is just an ideas, guys. It will not work every time, but this is what will work in more of the 50% of the times. Okay, so I'm long here and I'll take profit one here in the middle of this and one at the top. Okay, just sharing you how I trade, guys. I usually use these patterns, they work very well for me. Maybe will not work so well for you, but this what works best for me. Now together with this pennant pattern which we have here, okay, we should go higher, and that's okay. Now let's measure the size of the pennant. Okay, aligns pretty good with both the patterns. Okay, guys, this is all from me for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the market analysis, and let's see you in the next time. Now, if you are new to the channel, click the subscribe button, it costs nothing, and spam the like button. Click, smash, fuck the like button, because it's gonna help us grow. Now this Rich Spirit channel is all for us, so we can grow as a traders and we can share more of our experiences, and this is what is my experience. Have fun, guys, with the chart, get this money, and don't give up trading, because this is what we came here to do. Okay, guys, see you in the next videos, and peace.